Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video. So in RuneScape, there are extremely hard achievements to get. I made a video recently outlining some of the hardest achievements and some of the rarest achievements that some people have. This is a follow-up video to that. This is going to go over 5 achievements in Oldschool Runescape that nobody has completed yet. These could be items, total skill levels, pet drops, or really anything like that, so long as that nobody has achieved them yet. I do admit that some of these have not been achieved yet just because they are newer pieces of content or just haven't been in the game that long. However, I'm still going to include them on the list because otherwise there are very few things that nobody has ever achieved in RuneScape. People play this game a lot. Anyway guys, hope you enjoy and let's get started. Coming in at number 1 is getting the clue scroll sack from completing 100 master clue rewards on a hardcore Ironman. Now granted, this is a fairly new item. However, that being said, nobody has gotten 100 master clues on a hardcore Ironman. And neither has anyone gotten 100 elite clue scrolls completed either. So the reason being for this is that going into the wilderness on a hardcore Ironman clearly is dangerous. Master clues have 6 to 8 steps you need to complete. Quite a few of those are in the wilderness, so most people who have an account that can complete master clues are not going to be going into the wilderness because they've sunk so many hours into it. So quite a few of the master clue scrolls just need to be straight up dropped. And on top of that, master clues are already rare to obtain in the first place. However, we are getting pretty close. The top rated person for master clues is Fuse as Hard, and he has completed 88 of them, which is more than double than the next person down. So at this rate, someone will have the master clue sack probably in 2019 or maybe late this year. Coming in at number 2 is achieving 200 mil in every single skill. Now this is something that is actually going to be completed relatively soon. It has been something that no one has ever achieved in the history of Oldschool Runescape. So the closest person to achieving this is Link's Titan. Most people are aware of that. He still mainly needs to get experience in mining and agility, and just a little bit more in magic, so he is by far the closest. The next closest is a guy named Hey Jace, and he still needs experience in quite a few different skills, and while their total experience is actually close, relatively, it's still like hundreds of millions away, Hey Jace will still need to do rune crafting, which is going to be much slower, and overall Link's Titan is just way closer. I believe easily by 2019 he will have this goal completed. What he's going to do after that, who knows? He will undeniably be the first person to achieve 200 mil experience on every single skill, which is absolutely an insane achievement. Now coming in at number 3 are wilderness pets on a hardcore Ironman. Now as of the 22nd of May, so about 4 or 5 months ago, no hardcore Ironman had achieved the Spiderling pet, the Callisto Cub pet, the Vedion Jr. pet, as well as quite a few others, but I'm going to be highlighting the wilderness demi-boss ones because there is a clear reason behind that. Killing any of those demi-bosses on a hardcore Ironman is exceedingly risky, and again, you have to get your account to a point where you actually can kill it, which takes a lot of time, although not as much as the master clue completions. It's still going to be extremely rare that anyone's going to risk their hardcore Ironman status on getting one of these pets. However, there actually are other pets as well that no one had achieved. Other examples are the Dark Core pet, the Noon pet, and another notable one is the pet you get from the Inferno, because that again is a unsafe death. Doing the Inferno is going to be extremely dangerous on a hardcore Ironman. People have completed the Inferno on a hardcore Ironman. However, are you really going to try it again? Because it's a 1 in 100 chance of getting the pet once you've completed it, and then you have to sacrifice your Infernal Cape. So I think eventually we're going to get the Calphite pet, the Zilliana pet, and maybe someone will manage to squeak in one of the Infernal pets just by dumb luck, because someone has completed it and that's just a 1 in 100 chance after that. However, I think it's going to be a long time before a hardcore Ironman has any of these wilderness demi-boss pets or all of them. So hardcore Ironman is a fairly new mode, however regular Ironman have been around for quite a while. And because of this, there are quite a few skills that people have achieved 200 mil in over the course of the last few years. However, there are several that no Ironman has achieved 200 mil in yet. One of the more surprising ones to me is that no Ironman has achieved 200 mil magic. That is the only one is kind of surprising. I thought maybe someone would have done that by now. Magic is not really gated by resources in any way. As long as you have cash, you'll be able to train your magic. However, the skills that I am not surprised no one has achieved 200 million are prayer, mining, herblore, and construction. Skills like herblore, prayer, and construction are probably going to be the last skills that a Ironman has achieved 200 mil on, because you're kind of gated in the way that you get those resources. Prayer, you need to get bones and sold heads, or use the Mauritania method. Herblore, you need to collect herbs through miscellanea, slayer drops, or farming. In construction, you need to either get the planks through PVM drops, or cut the logs yourself and turn them into planks. So those skills are going to take a long time to get to 200 mil, and some other hard ones are going to be farming and crafting. However, also no one has achieved 200 mil fletching or 200 mil slayer, which will probably be some of the next 200 mils. And last up here, as far as I'm aware, no hardcore Ironman has gotten a Sight of Viter from the Theater of Blood. Granted, it is a pretty new piece of content, and Raids 2 is not a safe death, so there are not a lot of hardcore Ironmen who are actually doing Raids 2 because, well, you lose your status when you die. Now, I don't have an official stat on this, however, I looked around and looked at Twitch clips, looked at YouTube, looked at Google, done some research, and it does not appear that any hardcore Ironman has gotten the Scythe of Viter, and probably for that matter, quite a lot of the Raids 2 drops. Now, if we compare that to Raids 1, where hardcore Ironmen have gotten the Twisted Bow, there are a couple reasons for that as far as I can tell. The most obvious one is, well, Raids 1 has been around a lot longer. Also, now people know how to efficiently solo the Chambers of Xeric, which means you don't have to rely on a team to make sure you don't die. Not having to do it with a team is extremely important because you're just asking for someone to troll you and you'll lose your hardcore Ironman status. So until a way gets discovered or the content changes, I don't think there will be a hardcore Ironman with many of the Raids 2 rewards, especially the Scythe of Viter because it is the rarest. Anyway guys, do you have anything else you would add to this list? Do you have any achievements that you know of that nobody has gotten yet? If you know some, leave a comment down below, I'd be interested to know. Once again, thank you to all my patrons over on patreon.com. If you're looking for another way to support the channel, I'll leave a link in the description for that. I appreciate it guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.